ABC, who are we? The Commanders. 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 Best of the best of the best.
If I could show you the top of the wall, all of the things I've seen, every long and winding road, all that I gave up to get what I got, and maybe you'd understand why I'm never gonna stop. The best of the best of the best. We are meant to say the best of the best of the best. 'Cause I am not like you. The best of the best of the best. To know what it takes to get to the end, losing it all to fight for the win again, playing with fire and all that I've learned. It's a border of flame inside their blood. The best of the best of the best. Let's light up. We are meant to say the best of the best of the best. Come on. 'Cause I am not like you. The best of the best of the best. Best of the best of the best. The best of the best of the best. We are meant to say the best of the best of the best. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. You know it's true. 'Cause I am not like you. The best of the best of the best. The best of the best of the best. Ooh, mama, whoa. The best of 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 the best.
The Cardiac Commanders, the Clutch Commanders, a doink to Detroit, a doink to doom the Buccaneers, a wild card, wild finish,
Let's go!
and maybe a doink of destiny. The Washington Commanders get their first playoff win since 2005. JD5 leads the Commanders. Riverboat Dan Quinn gambling like Gambit, going forward on fourth down. Commanders getting much needed turnovers and special teams being a difference. The Commanders will reach the divisional round and they'll two-step to Motown next Saturday. We got the official Washington Commanders post-game show. Hell yeah. Hell to the Commander. Washington advances 23-20 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's the Flex Zone Podcast. If you're new here, join us. Make sure you subscribe. Go ahead and sack that subscribe button. Stiff on. Tackle that like button. Blitz that bell. Vote on the poll in a second. What is the key to beating the Lions? Beat the Bucs. But you survive and advance and got the number 1 seed. We kind of predicted it here on the show, but we're going to talk about it. Give our thoughts on the offense, the defense, special teams. Look ahead to the next game. Coaching and much more. It's the Flex Zone Podcast, official
Damn
Washington Commanders
right!
victory post-game show. The Flex Zone is moving on to the divisional round.
That's right. You know what's up. Yup, it happened. Yup, you got
He's
that
ready.
right. It
He's
happened.
ready.
Yup,
He's ready.
it happened. I told you.
Haters can't stand us. Left hand.
Still skip the song, but I'm gonna let it rock.
Commanders. We fight for all.
Jam. Oh, jam.
Yeah, that's right.
Crevonte, the people are filing in. Let them know how you're feeling. The Washington Commanders have won a playoff game for the first time since 2005. Jaden Daniels was 5 years old. JD5 was 5.
Young man. That was a young man. That was a young man right there. Huh? That's right.
Last second field goal, Crevonte. Doink to Detroit. Doink of destiny. Cardiac Commanders, Clutch Commanders, whatever you want to call them. You've seen it all season. We can go back to the Hail Mary. We can go back to last week against Dallas. We can go back to Atlanta. We can go back to New Orleans when they got the big stop. This season, they played from behind against the Eagles, obviously, as well. How are you feeling, Crevonte? Long time coming.
My gosh. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. Like, this was the best. This was the best outcome. I think any legitimate Commanders fans with their head on straight could have hoped for. That it's 12 wins going to the playoffs, and Jaden Daniels just as cool as the other side of the pillow. Shout out to Stuart Scott. Rest in power, rest in peace, good brother. But my gosh, like, it ain't nothing. He been here before, man. He's been here before, man. It's crazy right now. It's absolutely crazy right now. Absolutely crazy. Bananas right now, man. I'm wild excited. I just got the phone with my homeboys. We was on a FaceTime conference, Joe. We was going crazy. They talking about riding up to Detroit to Motor City. I said, oh, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. My gosh, man. It's crazy right now.
Not a far drive. Not a far drive.
It's crazy right now. Crazy right now, man. I'm ecstatic, man. I'm really ecstatic for the fan base, man, because we've been down bad like forever. You know what I'm saying? We ain't won a playoff game in damn near 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And my man JD5, you know what I'm saying? Come in this thing like he been before. And was like, oh, y'all ain't been winning? Y'all should have been called me. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy right now, man. It's crazy right now, bro. I don't know how to explain this shit, but I am over the moon right now. Like I said, man, this is the highest, like, I couldn't fathom this. Not no year one. They told us we was rebuilding, yo. They told us we was rebuilding. And Dan Quinn said, nah, recalibrating, bro. And that's crazy. Crazy, man. My gosh.
Is this like the biggest one you've seen in recent Commanders fandom?
For sure. Yeah, it's not even close. Not, not even close. And I remember the last Tampa Bay win as well, because I believe, I don't know, was Sean Taylor on the team? Yeah, Sean Taylor was on the team.
Sean
At the
Taylor,
time.
Clinton Portis was on that team as well. Clinton Portis was on that team
Okay.
as well. I did see the highlights last night.
Okay. Yeah. So, easily the biggest win to date. And the new regime is kicking butt and taking names, bro. That's what we doing. And this team not even set. Like, this I still got concerns over the defense. And they came up big. Shout out to Bobby Wagner, Frankie Louvu, Deron Payne, Marshall Lattimore. He was getting, for first half, he didn't have the best first half. He didn't. But my gosh, man, Mikey, number 0, man. They came up big when they needed to. And you just knew. Jane Daniels got the ball last. I was like, I'm good. That's how I feel about him now, yo. I get the ball last with a chance to win. I'm good, man. We got a guy, man. It's crazy right now, man. DC is on fire. Got to be on fire right now. Hope not literally, because we got a lot going on in the country, but it's crazy right now. And Tampa, and they traveled very well. Very well. There's a lot of fans in Tampa Bay. A lot of Commanders fans in Tampa Bay. You showed out. Big ups to the fan base. We deserve this. We absolutely deserve this, man. Celebrate. It's time to celebrate.
Big shout out to Quincy in the chat as well. Tola Bowles bringing the coaching skills from the Jets to the Bucs. Big shout out to Q. Q, got to get you up here to talk some Jets, man. Let us know when you're available, brother. We'd love you to have you back on the show, especially all the goofiness going on up there in New Jersey and New York.
What up, man?
They want you to do a backflip, Crevonte. I mean, they just want it all in the chat, man. They want a lot of things from me.
Man, listen, bro. If this was 05, when the last time we won a playoff game, you might have got one out of me. Not 34, soon to be 35-year-old me. Nah, you ain't getting that, baby. I'm gonna take some days off of work.
Crevonte, when you see this graphic, we can go back to front Metallica style. What do you think, man? Going to Detroit, I even saw in the chat, good shout out to Alex, always here, always every stream. 8-hour drive from DC to Detroit. There it is. He put it in the chat. How you feel about this? Going to the Detroit, Motor City. They ain't going to let a lot of Commanders fans buy tickets. I don't know. It's going to be tough, but how do you feel? Indoors, though. You didn't go to LA. You got Tampa, but now you get indoors. Perfect weather conditions. Jaden Daniels, first time you've seen one another. First time they've seen him. Like you said, Jaden Daniels, the game seems to be slowing down. And when you're playing the playoffs and win, that only has to help it even more, right? I told you, it's not even year 1 anymore. This is like he's a sophomore, year 2.
This is like this is second semester as a freshman. Like, this is crazy, bro. Is absolutely it's absolutely crazy, man. But I see this graphic and I'm like, unbelievable. We know the type of year that the Detroit Lions have had. Like, they've been the top of the NFC pretty much since week 1. And the fact that we got an opportunity to go up in that place and play these Bulls for a chance to go to the NFC Championship. My gosh, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. Like, I can't. Unbelievable. If you'd have showed me this last year, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'd have been like, damn, like, I would have been like, I'll wait and see. I wouldn't even believe you. I was like, I got to see it. And what a roller coaster it is, and what a journey it is to see. My gosh. On to the Motor City, man. On to the Motor City. Got my man Quincy. Wait, man, Quincy, where you been at, man? Glad to see you in the chat, man. Brother, thoughts in here?
Yeah, he said he wants some of that flex zone luck. He said we all got to win. He just needs to win tomorrow. I think you guys will. We'll see.
Listen, man.
Crevonte, good.
Man, I'm just like, all the games been blowouts, and then here we come, the underdog. We the only underdog. No. I can say the Texans were technically, they were underdogs too, but my gosh, man, this is the best game of the playoffs so far, and Terry McLaurin, scary Terry, my man. That's my man. Start off the gate going crazy.
First playoff win in almost 7,000 days, Crevonte. It's over
Jesus Christ,
7,000
who's doing the
days.
math? Why you doing the math, baby? Why you got to do that math?
I'm just saying, that's what they said online. That's what I see online. So
Go Google it.
Why you got to do that math? That math crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
let's start with coaching, Crevonte. Let's start with Riverboat Dan Quinn. I thought Ron Rivera was on the sidelines for a second, all the gambling. Go for the fourth downs. Let me get the exact numbers. Looks like you guys went.
He went for all of them. He went for all of them. He went for all of them.
3 for 5. 3 for 5. Tampa didn't go for any.
He ain't see a fourth down. He ain't like. He crazy. He crazy. I was over here like, bro, what are we doing? Take the points. We on the road, rookie quarterback. I'm being mad conservative. He like, man, we going deep. We go forget it. We go for it. But I mean, that just shows all the confidence, the utmost confidence that Cliff Kingsbury, because Cliff Kingsbury, he had that thing in his face the whole time. Like, we going for it, bet I got something for it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the utmost confidence that Dan Quinn and Cliff Kingsbury have in Jaden Daniels. And my gosh, man, it's just absolutely crazy. I thought we was gonna be chasing points the whole time. When that first drive, we ain't get no points out of the drive. I was like, oh man, we're gonna be chasing. We're gonna be chasing. He went for it again and again. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. Stop. But my gosh, Dan Quinn got it, man. You got it, bro. You absolutely got it.
Sticking with the team. Yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of which, 3 for 5 on fourth down, 8 for 15 on third down. Very good there. Buccaneers were 5 for 9. And penalties, only 5. I say with the Ravens, the key is if you get 5 or less, that's a good number. You guys had 5, they had 7. You win the penalty battle and you win the turnover battle. Crevonte, the big fumble. Baker Mayfield, great as he is and has redefined and reinvented himself, he's known to be a turnover guy every now and then to make one of those situations, whether he fumbles or throws a pick. It happens with Baker sometimes.
Man, and it could not have happened at a better time for the Commanders and a worse time for the Bucs, because they just came off a goal line stand. We had the ball on the 1 and could not get that thing up in there. And my gosh, I was just like, my gosh, we down 4. They got the ball back. I'm like, God damn it. I hate to go out like this. I'm like, defense, I need you. Defense, I need you. And my man Bobby Wagner, who was a captain this week, obviously, came up with a pivotal fumble recovery, man. My gosh, the timing was incredible. Able to get the ball back. I told you, Byron, I said it in my pregame. We got to steal one. We on the road. We're gonna need an extra possession. And we stole one. And sure enough, fourth down again. JD5 hit Terry McLaurin in the end zone. I said, God damn it. God damn, that's what we need. Dan Quinn, brother, you got it, man. I'm riding with you. We going to the wheels fall off, man.
Special teams, Crevonte. Let's go there, man. Mr. Gonzalez, only his 5th game with the Commanders. He goes 3 for 3, 2 for 2 in extra points, makes a 52-yarder earlier in the game as well, which was huge.
Yes.
Like I said, it may not be pretty, as you saw tonight with the doink, but he's been getting it done. He's been making his kicks, and all that matters is if you make it or miss it.
Listen, that's right. Hit it. All the PATs, all the all the extra points, all the field goals. He hit them. He hit them. That's all we can ask for. He's been very consistent as of late and very, very solid in a year where kicking has not been anybody's best friend, really. And he's coming in there. I don't know if you know, he had a shoe malfunction, a wardrobe shoe malfunction right before that kick. Had to take his shoes off, readjust some stuff. right before the kick. And I was just like, whoa. That thing went up. That thing hit off the thing. Hit off the thing. My gosh. I like to fell out, man. Because I was like, I see what the Ravens fans feel like, man. I get it. Because that whole second half, I was like, bro, what? Another fourth down? All right, yo. Jane Daniels, get down there. All right, we going down there. 3 seconds left. Kick the field goal. I'm like, man, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? With our luck, back in the day, somebody going to fumble it. We going to get it blocked. Nope. Not even, and even in, it gives me a little remembrance of how it used to be, but it still goes our way. With the doink, my gosh, man. I could have passed out, yo. I could have passed out. But Dan Quinn, hell of a coaching job, man. Cliff Kingsbury, hell of a play calling job, man. Like, they kept this thing nice and tight, bro. Amazing. Shout out to Joe Witt Jr., our defensive coordinator. Right? He doesn't get enough love. He does not get enough love. I'm gonna speak for myself.
Do you love Joe Witt Jr.? Do you love Joe Witt Jr.? Do you acknowledge him?
The Samoan werewolf. I love you solo.
Yes.
We love Joe. That's right. You acknowledge him.
Because he was at an uphill battle the entire season. You understand what I'm saying? And this defense got better as the year went on and made plays when they needed to. And he deserves a lot of credit. Do not forget Joe Witt Jr., defensive coordinator, Coach Joe Witt Jr., and all of the hoorays and congratulations. Please congratulate our defensive coordinator for doing. He had Benjamin St. Juice out there on the outside, man. It was bad. It was some bad days for us. It was some bad days. Mike Davis. It was some bad days out there for us, man. And Joe Witt Jr. was able to weather the storm, and the defense got better. Came up with plays when they needed to. And big ups to Joe Witt Jr., defensive coordinator. Of course, big ups to OC Cliff Kingsbury. Hopefully he can stay. Hopefully he stay another year. Bask in this success a little bit before you go and deal with that head coaching BS. You know what I'm saying?
Let's look at the defense.
And of course, head coach Dan Quinn. Like, they deserve a lot of credit with the coaching jobs that they did. And because Todd Bowles, we knew he was gonna bring that heat. That's what Todd Bowles do. He gonna live and die by bringing that heat, bringing the blitz. And he lost his cornerbacks. He lost Jamel Dean. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know when he lost him, but he had to switch up what he do. But he was like, I'm gonna throw the kitchen sink.
We'll get to the injuries in a second, but the defense, Crevonte, while we're there, only 77 yards for Bucky Irvin, 23 for Baker. Rashard Wright only 1, so only 100 yards rushing. Baker Mayfield only 185 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, only sacked once. Bobby Wagner leading them with tackles. Jeremy Chin, Marshawn Lattimore 7 tackles as well. Frankie Louvu, Dorrance Armstrong half a sack, and who had the half sack with them? Bobby Wagner with them. What did you think about the defense? Obviously, we did see coming into this game, we knew about the matchup of Marshawn Lattimore, Mike Evans, Marshawn Lattimore. He was only averaging like 44 yards against Marshawn, but this game he kind of goes crazy a little bit, 7 for 92. Then they switched to the double team midway through the third quarter, put Marshawn on the other side. They give up the touchdown, but after that, they kind of got in line defensively, and you didn't really see many big plays after that in the run or pass. And like I said, Joe Witt Jr. and his defense, they really got better as the game went on.
Listen, I'm glad. I'm so glad that Marshawn Lattimore and Joe Witt Jr. and Dan Quinn, none of them let their pride get the best of them. Saying like, hey man, nah, Marshawn Lattimore, go back out there and get him. You taking the rest of the game. Nah, man. Hey, listen, Marshawn Lattimore haven't been playing in quite some time. He really just now getting back. He ain't played week 18. You know what I'm saying? The last game he played, I don't even think he finished. So, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, yo. We'll take this L on. We'll take this, individual L, but on a team, we're going to switch you, bro. We're going to have to do it. And Marshawn Lattimore, I know that was probably a hard pill to swallow. Probably. I'm sure. and we were able to do it, and we no more big plays. So big ups to Joe Witt Jr. and Dan Quinn for making that crucial adjustment, and not letting their pride get the best of them.
Let's talk about a guy who switched offense. When he was drafted in the 3rd round a few years back, Diami Brown out of North Carolina, didn't really know what you were getting there. But tonight of all nights, he picked a great night to have a career night. Don't know what his future is in Washington. I know he's coming, I believe, on his rookie deal, but boy, did he have a night. Did he have 5 for 89, 17.8 reception, big touchdown, 5 targets. Good to see him getting involved. Second most targets behind Scary Terry.
Listen, man, I ain't gonna hold you. I was on the fence. I was on the fence with Diami Brown. I was definitely on the fence, man. And I told you before, once Noah Brown went down, I was like, oh man, we gotta, outside of Terry McLaurin, wide receiver by committee, man. Everybody getting some. Everybody going out there running routes. Get open. JD5 gonna find you. And Diami Brown, he's been showing up. I think he had a big play against the Falcons, if I'm not mistaken. But he's been coming up with some crucial plays, and he chose a great day to have his best game as a pro. So moving forward, I think he legitimized. I think he got a shot. I think he has a spot on his team next year. I don't know what in what capacity, but this was a huge game. We needed somebody outside of Terry McLaurin to show up, and Brown answered the call. He absolutely answered the call. So, and we got one more week. You know what I'm saying? See what we could do. You know what I'm saying? But I think he got a spot next year.
And Crevonte, we'll talk about Detroit in a second and throughout the week, obviously, but Detroit with Terrell Austin or Aaron Glenn, they're going to bring pressure. And
Absolutely.
Scary Terry, 89 yards. Diami Brown, 89. I mean, Eckler's back, 26. Ertz, 23. Zacchaeus, only 19. Those guys are only going to get more. You got to think their ceiling is even higher, because you're not keeping Eckler, Ertz, all of these guys under 40, 50 yards every game. And Eckler back, as we kind of go into the injuries, how big was it to see him back with the 2 running backs on the field together? Brian Robinson looked better. The screen game, the RPO, the read option with Jaden Daniels, the offensive playbook just looked more fluid and more versatile and unpredictable.
Man, when Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler's on the field, that, like you said, the playbook is crazy, because Austin Eckler, he get in that passing game. He that last pass where he floated it, with JD5 just floated it, and he got us into field goal range. I was like, oh yeah, that's it. We've been missing that, man. Missing him big time while he's gone. And thankfully he's back and healthy and all that, number one. But man, he's with him and Brian Robinson running hard, running tough. Those two in the game, man, our offense can really the sky is really the limit. You know what I'm saying? And I can't wait till we get a little bit better on the outside. We could get a legitimate number 2. And my gosh, man, dude, it's gonna be crazy offensively.
Go get T. Higgins. Go get T. Higgins.
Right,
I saw that you saw Peters with his laptop and his tablet right there, like he cutting deals now, like he's scouting players now.
Come on, man. Adam Peters working, and Adam Peters, man, he is working, getting this team together. He know what we need. Like we play. I told you before, we've been killing. Yeah, I was saying that going into this game. I said this is the healthiest we've been like all year. Outside probably like week 1. This is the healthiest we've been all year. And Jaden Daniels, yeah, he beat up. He took a shot. He got lifted on the sidelines one time, and I said, oh boy, he's taking some shots. I saw the scratch. He was bloody and all that. Had him out there looking like Nelly. It was crazy. I was like, man, just make it. Let's make it. Deron Payne, His pinky got jacked up, man. His pinky really got jacked up on that play, and I'm glad to see he was able to come back. Also Eckler, coming off the concussion, big time. Yeah, man, we're healthy as a team. Like, we're legitimately healthy, man. This is crazy. So, and we got the absolute best outcome. Whew! Man.
Well, Crevonte, anything else from this game? You kind of hit it all right now. You just got to be feeling like on a high without doing anything, other substances or any sage or any ayahuasca if you're Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. I'm cool. And, what I'm saying? I still do have to, go to work and all that. And, they do drug tests from time to time, you know what I'm saying? But I'm high. I'm as high as I could be right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't need the extracurriculars, you know what I'm saying? And it's a amazing feeling right now, man. And I am on cloud. I really, like I said, I've been up here for a while, man. I've been up here for a while, man. And the Atlanta game, probably since the Atlanta game, I've been up here, man. And it's cool. It is cool, man. Great feeling, move forward. I feel good. I feel good about the team. I feel good about our future. Hey, man, even I feel good about next week. You know what I'm saying?
Quincy, Q already thinks y'all gonna win. I'll pull up the comment. He got y'all winning. I'll pull up the comment in a second. But yeah, I guess we can start to get into that game. Crevonte, do your spiel.
Whew, man. Lions are juggernauts, man. The Lions are juggernauts. I need not sold on the Lions. The Lions' biggest thing is injuries. Will they make it through? The depth chart is what's concerning for the Lions. Excuse me. We know what they present. They still got Gibby in the backfield. Still got Amon St. Brown. I think he was an all-pro this year, if I'm not mistaken. Jared Goff.
Yeah.
The best. Well, probably the best. Them and the Eagles probably got the two best offensive lines in the playoffs. Along with
and David Montgomery, Crevonte said he'll be back. Montgomery said he'll be back too. By the way.
Oh boy. Stopping that's tough. That's gonna be tough. And I already got concerns of the defense, but we're gonna have to win it. We probably gonna have to win a shootout. That's the only way for us to win, because I don't think we're gonna stop them. They have so much firepower. I don't know if we can stop them defensively. So our best bet, every time we get the ball, we got to score. We got to score. This is gonna have to be a high-scoring game, high-scoring shootout, and keep the mistakes low. Same thing. Win a turnover battle. We're on the road again. Let's steal one possession. We're gonna have to steal one possession. And I don't want to get too much into the keys and stuff, but because we're gonna do we got another week, man. We got another week. We got another week of content for the Commanders and the Ravens. But they present a huge problem, man. They present a huge problem offensively. So this is definitely going to be, obviously, this is going to be our toughest test yet. I like our chances, but we're going to have to play perfect football. And if we don't, we get beat, and beat by a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lions can pour it on. The Lions can pour it on. And we got to get Goff off his square. Got to knock him off his square, man. That's going to be our best bet. And defensive, and for us offensively, gotta stay in front of the sticks. Keep the penalties low, keep the turnovers low, and when we get in the red zone, we got to cash in. You have to cash. 3 points ain't gonna work against this team, because listen, they got a gambling Dan over there too.
I'd say who's gonna outgamble who, because both coaches go for it.
Man, listen, man. This is just the theme of this week is going to be a casino theme, man. It's got to be, man. Who's going to put the biggest bet down? And I ain't talking about for the game. I'm talking about this is going to be per quarter. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even per drive. So we got to be ready for everything. Like they're gonna be going for it on some fourth downs too. So defense, hey man, y'all got to lock in. Your best bet, stopping them is probably a tall order. It's gonna be a tall order. You gotta take the ball away. We have to force some turnovers, man. That's our best bet for beating the Lions. We have to play a perfect game offensively. Every time we get into the red zone, we have to score 6, and we have to steal at least one possession from the line. That we have to. Otherwise,
Agreed.
Otherwise we out. Otherwise, and we might go.
That's one of my keys for the Ravens already too, Crevonte. Get at least one turnover, preferably multiple.
When you on
preferably
the road,
multiple.
when you on, if we get multiple, sure, by all means, because Jared Goff could get a little sometimes, but if we get multiple, by all means, because that's more opportunities for the offense to score. But if we don't, we could go up there and get embarrassed. Like I know I'm excited right now, but we can go up there and get embarrassed if we don't play how we supposed to play. You know what I'm saying? So
you gotta take that crowd out, Crevonte. Gotta take that crowd out because they're going to be crazy in the dome.
Yeah, and
start
the
fast.
Dome's closed in, so it's gonna be louder. Oh man, it's gonna be crazy. But man, I like it, man. I like it. It's gonna be a great matchup between two fiery defensive-minded head. Oh, well, not. I'm sorry. We have a defensive-minded Dan. They got their Dan is more come from he's from a running back. He has a running back background.
Tight end, former tight end.
Offensive gambling Dan. Hey man, battle of the gambling Dans, man. It's gonna be something. It is going to be something. But I like our guys going into it, man. I like our guys. We keep pushing the envelope. Like I said, blackjack, craps. We keep betting.
Hey man, I'm putting some money down already. 9-point spread, 8.5. They expecting points, 55.5. Crevonte. I like the over and y'all to cover.
I like to cover. And I'm gonna sprinkle something on the money line. Just for you know what I'm saying, just for the hell of it, man. I'm gonna sprinkle something on it. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely like us to cover as long as we stay disciplined. Got to stay disciplined, man. We had the penalty. How many penalties did we have?
3, I think. Let me get the
because I know one of them the PI on Lattimore.
Yeah. I think it was 3. Let's see. 5 for 39. 8, 6.
Yeah, man. We can't
maybe less penalties this game. 3.
Mm-hmm. 3 sounds amazing. Keep that turnover value at 0. 3, maybe 5, less than 5 penalties. Keep the turnovers at 0, and we got to cash in the red zone. We have to cash in on the red zone. Third down is the new fourth down is the new third down. That's the thing, man. With these two head coaches, yeah, all 4 downs count, man. Did Tressway get on the field at all today?
Good question. Let me look that up real quick.
I was like, Dan Quinn ain't see a 4th down. He ain't like. I don't recall seeing Tressway.
No punts.
No punt. That's crazy. Tressway, punt. Did the job. No punts, man. That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah,
man.
Definitely crazy.
Woo.
Next week you may need them. Them deep. That may be a key. Pin them deep inside the 20 or the 10 if you can. You know what I mean?
Make them go the distance, man. Got to make it. Any short fields, it's a wrap. You can't turn the ball over. We got the flip field position. If none of that happens, we can go up there and get our ass bust. That's a thing. We go up there and get whooped. Like I know I know I'm hyped and I'm happy right now, but that's a possibility if we don't, you know what I'm saying, do this the right way.
Well, I got the poll up. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, hit the bell. I got the poll. I think Crevonte of Jaden Daniels, and right now I would take Jaden Daniels over Jared Goff if he plays like this. and being the best quarterback on the field, you guys gonna have a good chance to win.
I agree. Absolutely agree. It's just, what are we gonna, and so this is what we're gonna have to do. And I'm just thinking out loud, like got a lot of things running through my mind right now. But we may have to play ball control offense, man. We're gonna have to win the time of possession too. That's gonna be key too. Win time of possession, because we know what that offense can do, and it's gonna be in our best interest to get into the red zone as often as we can, put as much points as we can, and take as much time off the clock as we can to limit. We have to limit this game. We might have to limit this game.
How you feel about being on Fox primetime Saturday night, January? You get Tom Brady, Kevin Burkhardt, the A-Team, Aaron Andrews, Tom Rinaldi, the Fox crew, Saturday night. Good, because the Ravens and Commanders don't play on the same day.
We did it again, man. These things keep working out for us, which is a beautiful thing. I'm excited. I like Fox. The broadcast on. Fox got a lot of wild stuff going on now. Fox got a lot of wild stuff going on, Byron. You know that. There's a lot of wild stuff going on at Fox right now. But I'm excited. I don't think, have we been on Fox? We haven't been on Fox much this year. I don't know. I'm be honest. I
think the Cowboys game was on Fox though.
Okay. And we was at NFC, so typically the Fox has the NFC. So hey, listen, man, it's big time.
And they have the Super Bowl this year too.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they're gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. So I like it. I like the Fox broadcast. Hey man, bring Joy Taylor out too, man. F it. Bring her out too.
Finish him, Daddy.
Yeah, man.
Crevonte, let's go around the NFL. You want to go around, recap these games real quick?
Let's do it.
All right. We talked about yesterday, but we didn't talk about the actual game. We just kind of talked about it before the game with our preview. Texans beat the Chargers. Justin Herbert, 3 picks all season, 4 yesterday, 0-2 in the playoffs. Chargers have not won a playoff game since 2018. Jim Harbaugh falls short in his first season, and the Texans advance. I did pick the Texans, so there you go.
You did. That's tough, man. That's tough. Jim Harbaugh, hell of a first year though. It didn't end how you would like, but hell of a first year getting this team into the playoffs with this, under a new regime. But they kind of the wheels kind of fell off towards the end, and the Texans was limping into the playoffs to start with. So they missed the opportunity. Definitely missed the opportunity. And the Texans, they got a fiery guy at head coach too. And my guy CJ Stroud, who is this his second playoff victory?
Second playoff victory, and joins I think it's him now. I know him and like one other quarterback, him, Flacco, and Roethlisberger, quarterbacks to win playoff games in their first 2 years.
Yeah. It's crazy. Dre, what up, baby?
What's good, everybody?
Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf. I love you solo. Acknowledge me. Whose house? Whose house?
I'm not gonna do the whole love you solo thing, man, but I'm so happy for you, brother. So happy, man.
Crevonte did it earlier. He actually did it earlier.
Oh, you did that? But it's probably for Jalen Daniels.
Man.
What's up, Dre? How you feeling, man? What a weekend, Dre. How you feeling, man?
Man, what a weekend. I mean, these games were boring. This was the best game right there, man. The Packers, I was wrong about. I thought that would be a closer game. Ravens, we already knew what time it was with the Steelers. They've been ready to say 1-2-3 Cancun. The Bills, I thought that might be a closer game, man. But this Sunday Night Football, the NFL, I give them their just due. They did their thing with this one. They had the right idea with picking this one to be Sunday Night Football to end the week. The weekend rather, and then we have one more playoff game tomorrow. But I mean, back and forth, man. Crucial mistake with Baker Mayfield. You know, with I don't know what that was, that RPO that they were doing. I don't know if it was a mistake on the quarterback, a mistake on the running back, but I mean, Baker, to his credit, Bloody Daniels, man, he gave you a little. He wears his scars like badges of honor, man. But I mean, nevertheless, Washington capitalized, at their home, and then just able to pull off the win. What was that? That one drive by Tampa Bay with the Lattimore call with Evans, pass interference call with them, and then it was like, okay, it seems like Tampa is making some headway. They tied the game in the half to have it down into a field goal as time expires to win the game. You can't ask for anything better than that. Now Washington goes on to play the Lions. It's a tall task, but we all know the defense of Detroit is very suspect right now. They did show up in the divisional game against the Vikings, but with a lot of those injuries right there, I think Washington, with the team that they have, I think that they could pull off the upset, and I think it'll actually be a real good game. I don't have a winner yet, but I will say I think Washington really does have a chance, and I'm not just saying that based off what happened. I just, from the continuation of what I've seen over the season, the growth of their quarterback. I mean, just overall, and then of course, during the off season, they'll clean up, the things that they feel like they need to clean up. But this team has a legit chance to at least make it to the NFC Championship game.
Well, we got some banter in the chat, and I love it. Going back to the Chargers and Texans, Dre and Crevonte, you can finish your thought as well.
Why Raj act like I'm like Roman Reigns in the chat? He's like, oh, we got Dre cited.
He got the bat signal, Raj. He got the bat signal.
Oh,
How do you feel about this? They're calling Herbert the Embiid of the NFL. I mean, he's only been to 2 playoff games. He actually plays hurt, unlike Embiid, but 4 picks yesterday, Dre. I did say I was afraid of the Chargers, but they wet the bed again. And shout out to Houston. I did pick them. But they go to play the Chiefs, too. We can kind of preview that on Saturday afternoon.
Man, you know what? Since you mentioned Herbert, there's a guy, I can't remember his name, for Fox on FS1 on Breakfast Ball. And I remember him saying that he would pick Justin Herbert over Lamar Jackson. And when I was out yesterday watching the game, and I said that to somebody, and they were like, what blasphemy? Which is true. I just don't understand. It's like they want every quarterback to be, better than Lamar Jackson, and I just don't understand that. Is Lamar Jackson going to be Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, throwing the football? No. But overall, as a quarterback and what he's able to do, Lamar Jackson is head and shoulders above Justin Herbert, because if that's the case, he wouldn't have 2 MVPs.
Right.
He wouldn't have been the number 1 seed twice. Like, Lamar Jackson has done things, like right now he's in the MVP discussion because his numbers are so good, but yet they want Josh Allen to win it so bad.
Yes.
So I'm not going to say the Embiid, because I feel like Herbert has showed up more than Embiid. But I'll say at the same time, we need to really be careful putting him in the top 5 best quarterbacks and start putting him in the lower tier of the top 10. He deserves respect because he's good, but we need to see more out of Herbert. What I will say is Herbert does have a playoff moment for us to look at. And that's going to tie into what I'll say about Lamar Jackson. And I know, Crevonte, how you feel about Stephen A., but I think he made a good point on First Take when he said that the reason Josh Allen gets so much praise is because of his playoff moment. And we were together watching that particular game.
Oh,
where
13 seconds.
Yes.
Yep.
And that he said even though it was a losing effort, that was still Josh Allen's moment in the playoffs, where it's like, damn, if he had the ball in his seconds, we know what it would be. And he said that Lamar Jackson doesn't have a playoff moment like that. And I thought that was the best fair criticism I've heard about Lamar Jackson, at least in the playoff perspective. I feel like Justin Herbert, though he has that moment, now it's time to get the wins. While it's opposite for Lamar. Lamar has a couple wins under his belt. He's been to an AFC Championship game. Now Lamar, I think he can have a moment, and he has. If he beats Josh, and then goes on to beat Patrick Mahomes, he'll have some signature wins. And I think in order to beat those two, he's also going to have some signature moments as well.
Yeah. I would say Herbert is like James Harden. If anything, I wouldn't say Embiid necessarily because Embiid is different. But it's hard to compare basketball, but Embiid is an injury prone guy. Like Herbert shows up. Even when he's hurt, Herbert shows up. But he coming up small in the playoffs. That sounds like James Harden to me. Even though James Harden is not as prominent as he once was, but he gives me James Harden vibes.
Well, Crevonte, just real quick to say this, your boy Nick Wright, he says that he compares Lamar Jackson to James Harden. Good in the regular season, but struggles in the postseason. And if they can do what they do in the regular season, apply it to the postseason, they both probably be champions right now.
I can see that. I mean, he does have a monkey. He does have a pretty big monkey on his back. But the signature when it starts next weekend. Because it's funny because we said this, like, if he's able to knock down Pittsburgh, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes on the way to win the Super Bowl, this is the best year ever. You know what I'm saying? For Lamar, like, that's the best case scenario. But those are all his barriers. His barriers was the Steelers. Now the Bills aren't necessarily a barrier. It's just that everybody keep putting Josh Allen above him. So that's a indirect barrier, I guess. Just like saying he's not better than me. Let me beat him again in the playoffs when it counts. And of course, Patrick Mahomes he's everybody's barrier, right? You know what I'm saying? So if this is the road and Lamar Jackson goes through this road and they go down to New Orleans and is able to hoist the trophy, it's nothing to say. But those are some tall orders because the AFC got some heavy hitters in there. But that's what Lamar Jackson. He has to have that. That's going to be his signature victories. Is going to be against Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. Though this is where the signature victories come in.
And Byron, I told you, and I know you've been skeptical, but this is the road I told you I want him to go on. Pittsburgh, he's got that out the way now. I think he's just one game.
I wasn't nervous about Pittsburgh. I thought they would smash Pittsburgh. That's what I was.
No, I know you were nervous about the Chargers, but I'm saying this is the road I wanted him to go on. To get through,
I'm nervous about this game more.
Was to get through Pittsburgh because that whole narrative of he has a losing record against both Pittsburgh and against the Chiefs. Now it's starting to that gap is starting to close. So, like you said, Crevonte, Pittsburgh's out the way. Buffalo, he lost to Buffalo a few years ago in the playoffs, and he has the barrier of Josh Allen being better than him. Let's get that one out the way, and also get that whole MVP conversation out the way too. You go on to Patrick Mahomes in Arrowhead with a chance to finish the story.
Whew.
Yeah, you can't write that any better if he's able to really pull that off. Because at that point, to me, if he does all that, whoever comes out of the NFC, he's going to beat them.
Right.
Because and I'm serious. The way that he's playing is just like a man possessed, and people want to keep having this this other barrier of he had Derrick Henry. Well, so what? Like Josh Allen had Stephon Diggs.
It doesn't matter.
Patrick Mahomes had Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce. Like, it's always, you need help. There's nothing that's even biblical. You can't do anything without help. Jesus had 12 disciples. Jordan had Pimpin. LeBron had Kyrie. You can go on and on about
Roman Reigns
people
has
who had
Paul
help.
Heyman.
Yes, you need help. Everybody needs help, regardless. I don't care who you are. We've seen, some of the best people, and my takeaway is always going to be one of my favorite players, Allen Iverson. Imagine AI would help and probably be an NBA champion himself. So everybody needs help. I don't care that Lamar Jackson has Derrick Henry, because without Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry doesn't get those same yardage, nor does Zay Flowers get that 1,000 yards. The Ravens don't have that many victories. So your quarterback can be good, but they still need help at the end of the day.
Let's get to the Ravens and Bills real quick. Mike Tomlin, Dre. I'll start with your frat brother. I'm gonna pull up him. How you feel about him continuing to fall short in the playoffs? No playoff win since 2016.
Jordan did have Pimpin. That's not what. Hey, Roger.
Hey, yo, come on, bro.
Roger's stupid.
Yeah. Yo, you're right, Roger. The Ravens can't beat themselves, but that is not right to have Doc Rivers and Mike Tomlin up there. Yes, they both have one, but what I will say about Mike Tomlin compared to Doc Rivers, Mike Tomlin should not be in the playoffs. When you look at his teams, he's taken Mason Rudolph as his quarterback to the playoffs. Like, when you really think about that, in the AFC North, when you have Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow, and sometimes once in a while that Browns team that you just never know, one year they'll show up and then they won't show up for the next 3 to 5. Yet year after year he's above 500 and always taking his team to the playoffs or having a winning record. He hasn't had a quarterback at all. Ben Roethlisberger was on the decline, and the Pittsburgh Steelers have not given him a quarterback since that time. And then the offense is archaic. Like I said, when you look at the Ravens, they went back to college and got them their offensive coordinator. You see what Joe Burrow is able to do with his head coach. You need this type of style, today's style of offense, and a mobile quarterback in order to win games. And the best that they had was Justin Fields. He was able to be in there for a couple games, and now they got Russ in there, which is Pittsburgh needs a collection of both, where Russ isn't mobile but can throw the football down the field. He can throw that deep ball. Justin Herbert is mobile but can't throw the deep ball. So you need a quarterback who is able to do both. And Pittsburgh hasn't given this man a fair winning chance to have a quarterback. They have the defense. They have a team that's pretty solid and disciplined. They can run the football because they got Najee Harris right there. So he's a good running back. They just need a quarterback, and Tomlin has never been able to get a quarterback. Now, and I will say this, even as a Ravens fan, I would take Mike Tomlin over John Harbaugh, and I feel like as much as we talk about John Harbaugh, he would get a job if he was to get fired. Make Mike Tomlin lose his job with the Steelers and let him get a team with a quarterback. You don't think that they're winning or being in contention every year to go to the conference championship or the Super Bowl? Y'all out your minds. That is coaching what that man is able to do. I don't care about the playoffs because I can pinpoint and tell you his quarterbacks for these particular losses. He needs a quarterback, y'all. And I mean, with a quarterback, he would, oh my gosh, he would be able to do so much. This man is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. I mean, Super Bowl winning head coach who coaches his ass off like no other. And I think he gets sometimes some of the backlash he gets is because of his, I think sometimes because of, he is a black head coach who wins. Is like I said, it's really coaching when you look at what Mike Tomlin is able to do compared to other coaches. He's making the timeouts. His defense plays sound, disciplined defense. They don't. Pittsburgh really doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Yes, they play kind of old school, but it's worked for years. And Pittsburgh, what you don't want to do is be like the Browns or be like how the Bengals were prior to Joe Burrow. The Bengals is a prime example within his own division of what can happen when you have a quarterback and a good head coach.
Man,
How about these defenses, Crevonte? I mean, yeah, but he's a defensive coach, man. He's giving up like 30 points a game in the playoffs.
I mean, when your offense
They
is
tired.
when your offense is playing how Dre said, archaic, very antiquated, old, if you haven't caught on yet, and just no imagination, kind of what we were talking about, how the Ravens offense was playing in the very early part of the season, where it's like, yo, where's the creativity?
None.
The Steelers never got better at it. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, and your offense, if your offense is not picking up their slack, the defense is going to be on the field the 2/3 of the game, trying to make a play here, trying to get a stop, trying to hold them to a field goal. Because, eventually you're going to give some. I don't care how good of a defense you are. You play defense for 60 minutes of the game. You play defense 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Hey, man, you're going to give up something. It's just how the game goes. You need to have balance, but and you want to keep your defense fresh. A fresh defense can be a beautiful, defense. But when you going out there at damn near asking your defense to score, come on, bro. That's let's be real for a second. But hey man, listen, let him go. I'm tired of saying Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh anyway. Let him go, so he could go to Jacksonville and take off and dog that division. let him go to the who else, mess around and go to Chicago or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and watch him be competitive in the NFC North, which is now arguably the best division in football right now, next to the AFC North. I want to see Mike Tomlin in a change of scenery and watch what happened. Go ahead, Pittsburgh. Let him go. Let him go.
Okay. We'll see what happens. But teams have called and inquired about him. He does have no trade clause, and it will be up to him to decide where he wants to go. But I think
thoughts. Seattle is not going to be on that list, man. With Mike McDaniel there, they're not going to let him go anytime soon. So it'd have to be Chicago or Jacksonville. But there's a couple other openings too. I would definitely not want him to go to some particular places, and Jacksonville is not one of them. I don't know if you've ever been, but I would not acquire anybody.
He gonna turn that thing out. Duval. He gonna turn that thing out.
I don't know.
Soon too.
The Cons are still in charge, so just saying. Anyway, Dre, wrap up thoughts on the wild card weekend. I know it wasn't the most exciting weekend, but you're looking forward to conference championship. Divisional round. Show tomorrow as well. Big guest. I don't know if you want to let the people know who's on tomorrow.
Yeah, we do have a pretty big show. Like you said, we're going to be doing our division winners. We'll have our picks. Man, college football. We've had consistent football Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday. You can't ask for it any better than that. Unfortunately, this is the time of the year, though, when we've had exciting football, is also coming to an end. I'm hoping that next week's playoff games will be a lot better. Similar to like college. That first round was but then that second round was all right. This round was like I said, tonight was the best game out of all the games that have been played thus far. Hopefully tomorrow will be a good game. And y'all need to tune in. We have a really, really special guest tomorrow.
You can let them know if you want. You want to let the cat out the bag?
Tune in. You got to.
Okay. All right. Crevonte, baby, another week of Washington Commanders content coming up.
One more week. One more week. Yes. One more week of local sports being covered on the pregame and the postgame. So this is good for our local teams, the Commanders and the Ravens. And man, I'm really, really excited, man. So whatever happens, but I am excited as of right now.
Any Commanders fans just tuning in, Crevonte, what can they expect? What do they need to do? And what we got on the channel for them?
Listen, man, you're going to get the instant reaction for the post game for Commander right immediately after Commanders games. You will check out the previews for games where I drop the keys and I talk about each position group and what they need to do for victory, and of course overall keys as well. And yeah, win, lose, or draw, man, you gonna get the real me, the voice of reason, man, the Commanderlorain. I'm gonna be here, win, lose, draw, and all that mess in between. So Commanders fans, tap in, like, subscribe, comment, everything. We love engagement over here.
Drizzy Dre, Ravens, Bills. I did predict this as well. Sunday night, 6:30. I knew it would be the primetime game. Tony Romo, Jim Nantz. How you feeling going into Buffalo? Top 2 MVP candidates, and maybe I can get you for a little pregame action on Sunday night. I don't know where you'll be though, because Monday is a holiday, so you may be among the people, as they say.
Yeah, it's Monday will be a lot happening in addition to MLK Day. But you know what? Like I said, it's time for Lamar Jackson to finish the story. That was I said it was step 1. Now we on to step 2. We talked about the MVP. This is a chance for him. Even though I don't think Lamar at this point cares about whether or not he gets MVP, he wants to chip. Sometimes you got to pop out and show niggas. And it's time. Right. Next week you need to show up and show out. I don't give a damn about the Bills. I care about Lamar Jackson, as they call him, MV8. I need you to play and show up like MV8. What you did in the regular season against that team, I need you to apply that same energy on Sunday night. And in prime time, Lamar usually does show up, and the Bills have already beaten him in the playoffs. Come on, man, it's time. We want that rematch of Chiefs Ravens. It's time.
And next week we may have Dre even on the post-game show as well, so we'll keep you posted. Sunday night after Ravens, Bills, win, lose, or draw. And Saturday night, primetime, Commanders, Lions, post-game as well. We'll probably have the preview on Thursday. And yes, Ribes, 45-47. Show executive produced and co-founded by Andre Melton, the Tribal Chief, Flex Zone Messiah, and voice of reason, the Commanderlorain, captain of the Goofy Ship. Show off all the gear, Crevonte. Commanders, first playoff win since 2005. Doink of destiny. Doink to
Doink
Detroit.
Of destiny. What?
Yeah, they're gonna be two-stepping to Detroit and Motown.
Oh man.
Oh,
the cardiac Commanders, man.
Vrabel is officially the head coach. Okay, I see it.
Oh yeah.
No surprise, Dre. No surprise.
No surprise.
But I broke that in the chat. I said when that happened, I said that was the plan.
Yep, plan the whole time. So they interviewed Byron Leftwich, but you know what that was about.
Oh yeah. And I told y'all the next step now is to get Josh McDaniels in there.
Yep.
Get the band back together. Get the band back together.
Bring it back one more time.
Get the band back together, yo. Everybody except for your boy in North Carolina.
Hey, look,
well, like Brady apparently wants Ben Johnson. Wants Ben Johnson out in Vegas. So, Crevonte, that could work to you guys' advantage. Both their coordinators are interviewing in one job. So maybe they could overcoach. You never know. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
No, they first of all, Vegas, like the Steelers, they need a head coach their goddamn selves. So I don't want to hear about no Ben Johnson. If you don't take your behind to Chicago and help that young boy, Caleb Williams,
that young man.
The way that JD over there.
He don't want to get his ass whooped twice a year by his mentor, biting kneecaps.
But
hey,
yes,
at one point you gotta break out. So take the L's early.
Either deal with him or Patrick Mahomes. You pick, or Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly.
You ain't gonna avoid him, baby. You ain't gonna avoid him, man. We bite them all. We biting all kneecaps, yo.
Okay, look, just take the biting while you can. Brother Thoughts, you know how we feel.
Go ahead, Dre.
The Rams. They're gonna win, baby. They're gonna win.
Yes. Tomorrow night in Arizona, we'll have the reactions from that on tomorrow's episode of episode 473. A big interview with one of our biggest guests yet. Dre said, don't tell the people, so I won't. But stay tuned. 10 p.m. sharp. We'll be going live. Flex Zone Podcast, fellas. Only place giving you sports how you want it.
When you need it.
So much content on the channel. So much to even name. Hit the bell. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Super chatters. Hit the Cash App, the Flex Zone 1. You can email us to flexzone1@gmail.com. TikTok may be gone in a week, but the Flex Zone Podcast on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Flex Zone 1. We will be here. Acknowledge us. Head of the sports podcast tables. Home for the Ravens. Home for the Commanders. Maryland. We got wrestling. We got all types of stuff on there. Orioles and so much more. So make sure you guys check us out and let us know how you are feeling. Fellas, anything before we get out of here? I'll give you the last word because tomorrow, episode 473, recapping the wildcard weekend, divisional round, college football national championship. Marcus Freeman, Dre, first black coach in the national championship game. I was talking to Crevonte about that yesterday.
I'm excited.
Only 36.
I'm excited about that, but I don't know. That's
might get smashed, stacked, smashed, and pinned like Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
If he pulls this off, right?
Just,
hey, Dre, if he pulls this off, he can do whatever he wants.
oh yeah. His job is solidified forever. They ain't never fired him. I don't give a damn if he lost every game from here on out. If he tackles that big thing, man, that's like Vince. That would be equivalent to Vince Young in Texas. Like there's nothing that man could do wrong in that.
Oh, he's like Kamala, Raj, except Indian part. But anyway, time to get out of here. It's getting late. Devontae's got to work tomorrow. Dre's got to work tomorrow. It's Monday. It's the Flex Zone Podcast. Love being with you guys. Dre, appreciate you. We'll be doing it all week. Both teams advance. Divisional round tomorrow, episode 473. We will give it to you how you want it, fellas.
When you need it.
Go Commanders. Crazy. Byron freeze.
Damn, I think he did freeze.
Yep. Go Commanders. This is crazy, man. Crazy times, man.
And on the Flex Zone.
Uh-oh. Coming in. Going out.
Right. Is he there?
Yeah, he fighting.
Oh, yeah, he fighting. All right, y'all. We out.
Peace. That's my guy right there. Yeah, Dre.
God damn it.